Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. Remember to click the link in my bio on Instagram or the link below this video. Check out my flow page. I got my winning court orders proving that I've won in the Court of Appeals a couple times against a 50-year veteran attorney representing myself. Got full custody of my daughter. Won my first contempt trial, and a bunch of other resources for dads. And if you haven't got an appointment with me and you're lost, you need to get an appointment with me. Or find somebody like me out there. Oh wait, there is nobody else like me out there except Judge Anthony. He's a hustling piece of crap con artist who charges $650 an hour for information that's free on the internet. In any case, that segues me into the lead attorney. The lead attorney. Bald-headed dude with a big, pretty white teeth smile. Black dude, clean cut, always wears a suit, attorney from Georgia. Sellout, subhuman piece of garbage, piece of doo-doo. Sellout to his own gender on house slave type of level stuff. This dude has it effed up and twisted big time. Now, I liked this dude for a while until I saw him on that debate with Pearl and some other people on this stage. There's always a bunch of incompetent, stupid jackasses, and then an attorney doesn't know what the hell they're talking about in general. That's part of the system and sold out to the system that's on these panels and stuff. Pearl was the most intelligent person on that stage, though. That dude said, and I quote him, "I represented so many shitty mothers in divorce cases or custody cases, and they still got full custody." You know what that is? That's an admission that he helped bad mothers get total control of their kids, even though he knows all the statistics about absent fathers. And since he's a black man, it's most prevalent in the black community and destroying the black community. And that was the agenda of a white supremacist government after the civil rights movement, when black people were marching in droves and intact families. The wives were marching with the husbands because they're all together. And black ownership was at all-time high. And the black wealth was on the verge of exploding, probably. And the government saw that coming, so they started dangling government cheese in front of some stupid, dumbed-down, airheaded, moronic, emotional, basket case females. And they started chasing that instead of the stability and security of a home with both parents intact or both parents being involved. And then radical feminism came along, told women to be independent and get some kids. And then we were all taught to be a bunch of simps, like Bart Simpson or Al Bundy on Married with Children, or even Bill Cosby on the Cosby Show, and just buckle down and the woman knows everything. And it's been a disaster. 2-parent homes with the father involved full time are ideal for kids. When a single mother takes over a kid's life, that children automatically suffers and exponentially increases the rates of suicide, depression, teenage pregnancy, drug and alcohol abuse, criminality, all that stuff. But we want to give custody to the most statistically dangerous gender. And this is just now coming out and starting to be a fad, that single father custodial homes, or single custodial father homes, have the same statistics as both parent homes, because it's the father that's the protector, and it's the father that gives that lifelong lasting male affirmation. The father's the head of the household. He's the protector. Do you hide behind the wife when somebody breaks in the house? No. The lifelong provider of most homes, most of the time, is the father. Women aren't lifelong providers. Even if the dad stay at home, sometimes that only happens for a couple years while he gets his business together or whatever. I've known that for 20 years, that children do better with single father homes than they do with single mother homes. And now all of a sudden everybody's enlightened. These Johnny-come-lately little punk-ass sissies that never stood up for anything before. And then they throw that quote out and they just say it just to say it, because it's cool to say it. Who's doing anything about this stuff? Not the lead attorney, because he's up there helping mothers that he knows are bad mothers. Do you know that an attorney has a legal obligation to tell the court of the other side's favorable, the light that, or the law that's favorable to the other side's case? An attorney has the ethical obligation to go in and say, well, you know, we have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this person, that's the legal standard, and the evidence is going to show beyond a reasonable doubt. Or that person has a right to their kids under Troxel versus Granville, but as long as the kids aren't taken fully away, then they don't have a right to an attorney and their constitutional rights are not violated. Something like that. They have to, and so he's up there like a sellout, subhuman piece of garbage, little tricked out hoe for the money, or for the prestige, or for sticking with the peer pressure of the court system to fight for the woman. He'll still attack a dad, even though he knows the children will suffer under the mother. So he's sending out into the community and into society dysfunctional children because he's helping a bad mother get full custody for some dollars. That's sick. For the comfort of him having a mansion and wearing those nice suits, he'll take the money and destroy children. He's part of a child trafficking system, and he's up there talking about, oh, the system is bad for fathers, the child support system is broke, but he's not talking about any solutions to that stuff. The number one solution is for dads to get full custody all the time. But in this video that I'm going to link below, he's talking to a guy that I've never heard of before. And the guy is like, why can't dads fight for custody? He's like, well, they never win. They never win because you never try. And then you turn around and tell them, don't try because you never win. And since when in life did any man with a pair of testicles, who wasn't a feminine little simp, say, oh, I don't want to fight for something because it's hard. And you're making friggin' $300 to $500 an hour, and you're saying, I don't want to do that because it's hard. Have dads ever won custody? Yeah, they have. So why don't you go for it? You're like a sellout little bitch, made little punk in Jim Crow South who's a defense attorney, say, well, black people usually get the electric chair, so I'm not going to try. But you know that this is the one case that this person should be set free. And you got evidence, or the other side, the prosecutor has weak evidence, and you won't do it because you're a sellout. Just like a house slave. You want the comfort and ease of master's house. You want that warm, comfortable bed. You want master's meals. So you'll go out and whip the slaves, your own people. This dude will whip his own gender in court, crucify a guy in court, so his female client, who's a bad mother, he confessed it in public. He's such a stupid, dumbed down, airheaded, moronic piece of shit that he was willing to, he told on himself. These guys can't help it. That guy usually, and let me give him some credit, he usually says a whole bunch of stuff that's true. But if you say, I don't know, if you say black people are getting disparaged in society in Jim Crow South, and then you go out and you're a fireman who's hosing them down while the police arrest them for protesting, what's the point of you telling the truth if you're out there acting against your own cause, or that a cause that you supposedly believe in? This dude's so stupid. He's intelligent in some ways, knows how to play debate tricks, like an effeminate drama queen plays debate tricks with her husband. So when he was doing this interview, the guy who was asking questions and saying stuff, he was trapping him in lawyer trick games, but because he can't just man up and just talk man-to-man real talk. Man, that dude, I'm sure that dude doesn't want to see me on his channel, that's for sure. Little punk-ass bitch-made little piece of subhuman garbage out there trafficking children. That's what the family court system is. It's a child trafficking system. You move the kids around over here, the state gets money, the guardian ad litem gets money, the child support system gets money. The child support system makes 2 orders of or makes findings that each parent owns a certain obligation of child support. The mother and father both own a duty of child support. It's just that one transfers to the other when the one has custody, okay? So if it's about the child, how come they don't watch where that money goes? How come they make sure the father, a non-custodial father, transfers the money to the mother, and he'll go to jail if he doesn't, because supposedly that money goes to the kid. It just goes to the mother, and they don't track it after that. How come they don't track the custodial mother and make sure her obligation is going to the kid? Because it's not about the child. It's about making that bonus money for ordering child support, $1 of federal grant money for every $1 of child support that's ordered. Not that's continually paid, but every time they enter an order, oh, bonus money for you. And that goes to DSHS or to the state. And then they have an argument over which part of the state government entities get their slice of the pie. And the judges will send a representative, and DSHS and CPS will send a representative to these meetings, and they'll say, who gets the slice of pie of this $580 million of bonus money that we just got this off year? And the judges say, well, we're the ones who got it for you, so we should get 50%. You guys divide the rest. So the judges have a financial incentive to do that. And then the Division of Child Support is a collection agency. They make money. They get $25. They ask people to sign a waiver allowing for a $25 a year fee, which is money that's supposed to go to the child. So the child just got $25 of food taken out of their mouths. It's not about the kids. It's a child trafficking system. They're moving children around unconstitutionally, coming into their lives. Just because it's a well-established institution that's prevalent throughout the country does not mean it's unconstitutional. But it is what it is. It ain't going anywhere. But this dude's a part of the system, and he's such a sellout, subhuman piece of garbage that he's like, well, it's the way the system is. Well, fathers never get custody, so I'm never going to try. And then he goes and says this bullcrap. This megalomaniac, self-righteous, God complex having arrogant prick, the lead attorney. In this interview that I link below, I forget the dude's name. In this interview I link below, he says, my favorite case and the favorite case of any attorney is representing a woman and the guy represents himself. You punk ass sellout little bitch made fruity little. That's like saying I got Mike Tyson in a 2-on-1 brawl against a midget. I love this. You ain't doing anything. You're just rolling with the discriminatory, bigoted system. That's like the lead attorney saying, I'm a prosecutor for the state, and I'm going to prosecute this black man accused of raping a white woman in Mississippi in 1940. You know what the result's going to be, even if he's innocent? The guy's getting the electric chair unless he cops a plea and saves the money and gets life in prison. That's what the lead attorney is saying. Ooh, look at me. I can't wait. I love a case like this where it's a slam dunk. And you're selling out. But this stupid jackass is saying you can't represent yourself. I am living proof that that's bullcrap. Hundreds of dads I work with are living proof that's bullcrap. I've dealt with hundreds of dads who put on their own 3 to 4 day trials, and the judge is like, I can't believe you put on such a good trial. Or their assistant says, did you go to law school? I got full custody of my daughter without an attorney, like I said at the top here. I've won in the Court of Appeals twice. The lead attorney, how many times you been in the Court of Appeals, you punk ass bitch? His little fruity little feminine Carl Lewis wannabe looking twin, punk ass. I liked the guy at first. He said a whole bunch of true stuff. He's entertaining and fun. But so are a lot of other celebrities who do a lot of crazy occult things or molest children or do all kinds of nefarious stuff behind the scenes. What a subhuman piece of garbage. And he just goes out there and just smiles and he does this feminine thing like, I got you, and gloats. You know, like when a bully bullies a helpless nerd at school. And everybody's laughing at the nerd because they're siding with the bully like a punk sellout. Okay? He's up there smiling because he got his peers in the system and all these people on his side. And he's persecuting this dude on here because the guy is saying, why can't dads go for custody? And then he traps him into saying, making him look stupid because he's saying he's never lied before. But the guy obviously meant, I've never really intentionally tried to lie and deceive somebody. Of course he's told a lie. Everybody's told a lie. But that's not what he was meaning. And the lead attorney is playing this cat and mouse trap game. That's all he's got. He doesn't got any merit to anything he's saying. The lead attorneys now, you can't, I used to like Judge Anthony, punk sellout, $650 an hour to sit there and sell. And the more I hear back from people, the more I hear he's got nothing. He doesn't tell anything more than what I already tell people in my free videos. These punk ass sellout, subhuman pieces of garbage should all go to prison. They say a bunch of true stuff, but like a cult leader, they'll put their little dash of poison in here and twist the truth a little bit, and then it'll end up being a total lie. But, you know, people are going to stand and applaud because nobody wants to hear the real truth. Nobody wants to be courageous. Nobody wants to go some balls except for a silent few. Just like any other revolution in the country. Real men, silent few. Screw that punk-ass bitch.